Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. Hunter Nen Impact is now out in a way because there's a playable demo on Steam specifically right now, coming to console later. But as you can see, this is the proper game. It is a demo. It is not a time-limited beta. So you can just kind of get out there and play it. Now, naturally, as a demo, it's a bit limited. You know, you can't give away the game, right? But yeah, we got what's important here. You have versus, so you can play against either the CPU or two players locally if you do have the option. Or there's actual training mode and a little bit of a tutorial as well. The story/tutorial is kind of limited, but it gives you enough just to know the basic buttons of the game, how it works, and also has bits from the anime, which, by the way, I'm now watching. I promised I'd watch it. I'm now watching it. And a little bit of a shill, I guess. Please forgive me. But the first episode of Gone with the Wind is now live on the Rooflemonger's Clip channel. So just head there, click, the video, watch the video. Hey, there we go, right? We're aiming for weekly releases. It's myself and Babe Ruthless, another person who puts out great FGC content. And yeah, we're going to be going through the show all the way through. So I'm completely new to the show. I don't know a thing. And she's a super fan. And together, we're just going to go through it. So hey, go watch the podcast. Go subscribe to the Clips channel. But now, back to reality. So for the game itself, I did get to play this game very briefly at last year's EVO. The thing is, I had a very limited amount of time with it. And also, it was on stream. So that's like, an extra layer of stress because, you don't know what you're doing. Then also you're put in front of a camera, right? So I had fun with my time with it, but I definitely didn't get to learn a lot, to say the least. And now also the game is quite a bit different. There's been some substantial changes to the core gameplay mechanics. So before we get into some of those mechanics, so when it comes to roster, so it's a demo. Once again, you're going to have a limited roster. Perfectly fair. It's a free demo, right? And if you are interested in any of these 6 characters, well, you have training mode, so you can get ready for launch real quick. For my personal interest, the 2 characters I played at EVO, Bisky and Overgeear, the 2 big characters, are not in here, which is unfortunate. But we have a variety of characters, which my limited understanding of the anime, I understand mostly who these characters are, so that's nice. So say someone like Gon. I understand the fishing rod. That was introduced to me very early, right? I don't so much understand the Kamehamehas. I'm sure we'll get there, and like the energy sword and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not there yet in the story, so learn along with me with the podcast, right? But anyways, so let's talk the gameplay. So if you do not know, for one, it's kind of standard versus style game. So 3 characters, point, and you have 2 assists. One of the things that definitely did change quite a bit from my time with it at EVO last year is they definitely saw 2x KO, and we're like, oh, me too. So they put active tag into the game. So if your assist is anywhere on screen, you hit the assist button again, you just tag into them while they're already on the screen. Otherwise, it kind of mostly works on like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 rules. If you are unaware, the game is made by the developers of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, by the way. So like a lot of the same stuff works. Like as far as the game goes, like you can go like A, B, C, launch, A, B, C, special, and it'll mostly kind of work, right? Speaking of the buttons though, so at EVO last year, because I was kind of just thrown into the deep end of the pool. I didn't have much time to stress. But now I'm at home. I can play it. I'm playing on pad right now. At first, I plugged in the leverless controller. And then I started looking like, okay, let's customize, the controls, right? And this game's got too many buttons. So we got light, medium, heavy, Nen stance. So you can kind of take this as like your 4 basic attacks. Because you will use Nen stance in certain combos. Because it's also like your dedicated launcher button, stuff like that. And then we got assist 1 and 2. So that's 6 buttons already. And then arts. Arts is special moves. So yes, this is a easy operation game, if you will. So arts and a direction will do special moves depending on, like whatever direction you press and the special button, right? So at 7 buttons, most arcade sticks or leverless controllers will work with 6 face buttons. And maybe some other ones in funnier places with more modern layouts. But yeah, so the traditional arcade stick / leverless layout is not friendly for this game. This game definitely seemingly easier on pad. One thing I do like though, we also have a button for rush, which is an 8th button. That's for auto combos. You do have pre-made shortcuts, and they allow you to just shortcut like anything. So I'm actually a fan of that. That's pretty cool. So here, like button combination 2, I have it set to LM. I have that set to right trigger. So LM, just like, you know, a versatile game, is dash, right? Button dash. So if I want to, you know, kind of wave dash, I can do it. If I want like instant air dashes, I can do it. So you can just macro whatever you want. That's good quality of life. I like that a lot, but that's difficult on a regular arcade / leverless layout. If you don't mind playing on pad, it's not a problem. Like, I don't mind playing on pad either. Like, it usually depends on the game. Like most NRS games, and you know, I love my NRS games. I play all those on pad. But I wasn't expecting to play this kind of game on pad. And now that I put some time into it, yeah, we're going to play this game on pad. Now, I did mention also there's the rush button. That's the auto combo button. And the auto combos in this game are generous. And not only that, you get 3 different routes, because you have auto combos for mash light, you have auto combos for mash medium, and you have auto combos for mash heavy, and they actually do somewhat different routes as well, right? So, like, if you just want to mash and play, like, the game will provide, like right there, like, the fact that you have, like, just not ABC launch, ABC spike, right? Like, this will float them up and rejuggle and all that kind of stuff. Like, this is more of a real combo than you would see other auto combos do. Now, that said, it's not like they're optimal. So let's just do here. This is the light auto combo. What is this going to do? Because I actually don't know. So this is going to do, when it's all said and done, and we got our cinematic supers, as you would expect, right? 574 damage. Okay. I labbed for 2 minutes to figure out a combo. I can beat this. There we go. So I don't know how much more it's going to be, but it's going to be more damage, right? So 653. And that was 2 minutes of labbing to figure out a combo. So while the auto combos will give you an elaborate combo, at least for what an auto combo should be, like, they're certainly not going to be optimal. So don't worry about that. By the way, that combo, I dig Hisoka mechanically, the function. I still don't know much about him as a character other than people got some very uncharitable things to say about him. But other than that, like, his mechanics is really cool because he has the bungee gum mechanic, which, if you're following along, and I have been now, has both the properties of bungee and gum. So all you gotta do is tag people, and you have that, like, little effect, right? And then all of a sudden, like, all the stuff just homes in on you. So, like, basic projectile, right? This is anti-air projectile. If it has bungee gum, once it's initially tossed out, it'll just bounce. It'll try its best to hit him wherever it is, right? Even if it whiffs. And that works for combos because it scrapes people up per combo. So when I got you up in the air, I can, like, do this and toss a card and OTG you back up, right? Like, I just think that's really, really cool. Actually, on that note, one thing I think is really cool, and this is not really done in fighting games that well, is the game's very clear on the rules on how stuff works. So, like, say Kurapika here, right? Forward heavy, overhead attack. And you can see here, in bold, overhead attack. In bold, off the ground, if it hits. In bold, it is a ground bounce and a hard knockdown. And, like, it just tells you stuff out of the gate. There's no mystery. You don't gotta lab it. You don't gotta look at properties. You don't gotta go on Twitter or Discord. It's all here clear as day. If there's any special rule at all, like here, this move, dash, cancel ball, and hit. Like, when is like, most moves in most games gonna tell you stuff like that, right? The fact, oh, this causes stagger. All the things that, like, oh, gains anti-high overhead armor. So when I'm doing this move here specifically, I have some partial armor. I just love that it's very clear in that, like, whatever character you're on, it's just explicit with the rules. That's, you know, someone who's played a lot of fighting games, you don't get to see a lot of that. And so I'm actually a huge fan of that. Like, there's no mystery. It should be standard. It's crazy that it's not. And it's kind of crazy that I'm seeing this level of information in your face, and not to be dismissive, but in this game of all games. Because, to be frank, I think a lot of us are looking forward to the game, but none of us are expecting us to be, you know, the next esports heavy fighting game, right? This is a dirty, grimy game. On that note here, just stuff like dash. Dash is throw in this game. Like, you do have classical forward heavy, you know, throw, so, like, more old school, but even dashing in someone's face is a throw. And throws are strong, y'all. So while you're actively throwing someone, they lock you out of calling assists. So you can only do it like beforehand, right? As far as I can tell though, like everybody can combo after a throw in the corner. So like that's not optimal, don't get me wrong, right? But like that's huge. So a throw is extra scary. If I know without even needing assists, if I throw you in the corner, you're gonna eat crap. That's huge, right? And the fact that you can do it off dash, which admittedly in training mode I find a bit frustrating, because like in training mode you're just gonna do a lot of flitting around, and then all of a sudden every time I dash remotely close to you, it's a throw, which in gameplay I'm sure is a benefit to the offensive player, but in training mode it's pretty annoying. But it's different. On throw note, just while we're on it, there is no back throws at all, which I find kind of weird. Like I can hit back and heavy and I still cannot, like there's only forward throw. So I don't know, weird. And just for like core gameplay, this is going to be a super degenerate game. Like any game with like multiple assists, especially multiple assists with active tag, it's going to be a degenerate game. But there's a lot of fun aspects about it, like that we can embrace and celebrate. Like one of them is Overgear. So Overgear is definitely not X Factor for legal reasons, but well, it's X Factor, right? But I like how they go about it. So like in Marvel, every character that's dead, your X Factor gets better, right? It's not tied to dead characters in this game, it's tied to health. So look at Killua's Overgear just gauge here, right? And you can see here, the more I hit him, the more you can see it fill up a little bit, right? And one of the things about that specifically is now it's like level 2. It's tied to your health lost. It is not necessarily tied to dead characters. So you can have 3 low health characters and then be at like your level 3 version of Overgear, level 3 X Factor, right? So it's not just predicated on losing characters, it's just overall damage dealt to your team. So I like that, because sometimes if you have 3 low health characters and then, you know, one dies quick, the other dies quick, then level 3 X Factor is not going to be as helpful. But if all of them get the level 3 Overgear, then all of a sudden that's kind of cool. I dig that quite a bit, actually. Overgear also sort of works like Dragon Ball in that it has a hit upon activation. And of course, naturally buffs all your damage. So at level 1, it's 120% buff here, as you can see. And works the way you think. Once you get to level 2, then a 50% damage buff. And, well, naturally enough, we go crazy. We go all the way to level 3, and then it's 180%. So, like, basic combos will start deleting people at level 3. All right, so here we are. I have not even tried this character yet. And I spent 2 minutes, and, well, once again, this is a very silly kind of game, as we all would expect, right? Like, the character's already almost dead before I even get to the super, and they're turbo dead after the fact. This is going to be the rough kind of game, right? And as you would expect, and I'm sure if there's going to be like regular TODs don't even need Overgear at all. Like, that's the kind of game it's going to be, and that's fine. Although I do like that the defensive mechanics are also quite strong, because like it's going to be grimy and dirty in all the ways you would expect. This is a game with, especially if you ever heard me complain in the old Dragon Ball days, with a lot of rats, right? A lot of less than usual tall characters. And just given how some of the moves work, like it looked like Killua specifically can just instant overhead everybody with Jump Light. And that will go directly into a special for a combo, right? So there's going to be degenerate setups for sure. Like even basic stuff, like there's no hitbox on this. It just owns a big part of the screen. A lot of people have moves like this, like Kurapika has like this Ghost Rider move. That's just Jump H. Like that's not even a special, right? And that hits, that's a hit confirm right there. Like, boom. I can go into Overgear and do whatever. Like, this move is full of broken moves, but it has the Nen button, which helps counteract a lot of that. Because Nen button is just literally nothing works. Like, you see here, I'm not doing anything. It drains bar to do it. That's the thing, right? But if they attack me, it's auto pushback for 1. So it's auto pushback. Like, it's already pushback by itself, right, on block. But what it does is you can't be overheaded, you can't be low, you can't be hit, you can be thrown. But while you're doing this, you just, nothing works. So whatever degenerate mix is coming your way, high, low, left, right, whatever, if you're doing this, you'll take damage. And it doesn't seem to overwrite too much damage. Like, you're going to take some good damage, right? But you won't get mixed. And I think that's really cool. So when the omnidirectional mix is coming your way, if you got life to spare, you can survive it, push them back, and then go back to neutral. And once again, will lose the throws. And I'm sure a lot of characters are going to have like call assist, go for throw, giant combo kind of deals. That's fighting game 101. But defense is just as wild as the offense, because like this is omni defense. Nothing works against you. Even to touch you gets you pushed back. That's nuts. But yeah, so it's going to be one of those kind of games. Positive, not negative. And if you're looking to embrace that, then I think there's a lot of fun to be had. And there's just a lot of smart systems here. Like we mentioned here, Overgear, it fills up, right? But that little bar that fills up, that's also a resource in and of itself. So that gives you quick gear. So however much you have built up, you go into quick gear really quick. So if you only have like a little bit, well, then you only get a little bit. But it does give you a damage bonus while it's up here, as you can see here, equivalent to whatever your Overgear is. And it's also effectively roam and cancel. So you do this, you cancel out, and then you're good to go. And of course, while it's up here, and you can, well, with the training mode anyways, you can set how much you want, right? It's a secondary resource to build up. So it'll help you out to like roam and cancel out of moves. And while it's up here, you have a temporary buff as well. And it does stack with Overgear as well. So if I do this, Overgear, and then do the quick gear, 324% damage buff. There you go. That's dead. That's literally dead. I just hit like basically buttons. I didn't even think about it. That's basically dead. So this game's gonna got some grease to it, right? And add all like all the assured assist mix-ups. I don't know. I don't know. I just look at Kilowatt and I'm like, this dude's gonna be cheap. That's how I'm reading it, right? There's gonna be all sorts of TODs, probably infinites. And we're here to celebrate. We're not here to demean it for it, right? If it's like a more proper game, yeah, we would shun the game. But for this kind of game, we're here to celebrate the nonsense, right? We're here to have fun with it. So if you're looking for like a dirty, greasy, grimy game, download the demo on Steam now. Coming to PlayStation later is my understanding. But for now, it's cool. Also, some other things. Like I do like, obviously, everyone's got multiple supers. One of the things I like, though, is there's some contextual supers. So Kurapika here, I'm a little bit in the anime, so has the red eyes. They talk about the Kurta clan has the red eyes, one of the 7 most beautiful colors in the world, which is ridiculous. Like, what do you mean? Who decides that, right? Like, who says, like, who made this tier list that everyone abides by? So, anyways, I complain about it in the podcast, but it has like lore to it, like lore activations, like this is like old King of Fighters team building or something, right? So Emperor time, this is like drain health, get buffed, right? You're faster, stronger, better. If there is a member of the Phantom Troop on the opposing team, this ability will be forcibly activated. Now, we don't got context for it right now anyways, but it just seems like he's so mad that someone's on the screen, he's going to do this. Once again, this is not meant to be esports game, right? So if we got like lore mechanics in the game, I'm actually totally for it. So I just think that's cool, and I hope more characters have weird things like that. I like flavor in my fighting games. But yeah, try the demo for yourself. There's a lot of stuff. The training mode, while it's good, like it's not fully fledged. They're not letting you do literally everything, because there's gonna be some surprises, right? But don't worry for if you're looking to win those week 1 tournaments. Hey, probably pick one of these 6 characters and lab with them right now so you can get the head start on everybody else, because it's like a month and a half away from launch, right? So look for these characters as your week 1 stars for sure. My characters, the big characters, not in here yet. That's fine. I'll suffer for my art. I'm here to play the big characters. But if you want to get a head start on these 6, there you go. So yeah, overall initial impressions. I played at EVO a little bit last year. Now I put a few hours into it. A lot more context for everything. It's going to be fun. It's going to be silly. Once again, it's not going to be deadly esports serious, nor should you treat it like that, right? It's going to be a dirty, greasy, grimy versus game. And once again, this is literally the developers of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so they know a thing or two about that. And if you happen to be a fan of the Hunter x Hunter franchise, all the better. Yeah, myself, I love fighting games. And because this fighting game is based off an anime, that means I have to learn about the anime, which is why I'm now watching it myself. So after playing the demo for a few hours, it's neat. I like it. And I'll definitely put some time into it here and have some fun with it when it comes out. And other than that, other than you should go try it for yourself, because there is a demo, that is the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Nen Impact.
This is the love we're